Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Ooh. Okay, now we're going to talk about what pirates stole. So, Caleb, why don't you start?
Alright, let's see. Pirates roamed to the Caribbean and the eastern seaboard of America. This were the riches of Africa and South America. Y'all should know that. Anyway, they raided ships for treasure like gold, silver from Africa, because really that's where the triangular trade, and we'll get that. That's where the triangular trade was. That's where it was, and we'll get through that later. They also stole food, animals, water, rum, and
Yo, what about
alcohol.
It was really sweet.
Yeah. Cloth, clothing, guns, cotton, gunpowder,
Don't forget the salt.
and tools. Just about anything they could get. They're just lazy. But
And you need to survive.
yeah, that's what I was getting to. All right. All the stealing. Yeah. All the stealing interfered with the triangular trade. Like why? Like when I was talking to you about Africa, they also shipped enslaved Africans. You want to talk about the enslaved Africans? About what did they do?
I know.
Okay, well, if they went to other tribes and took their men and just shipped them off to the West Indies, but they took their own men, that'd be stupid, plain old dumb. And another thing, pirates stole to survive. I mean, if they wouldn't steal anything, then what would you do? Also, stealing gave pirates a successful life. That's all they did. Now, how about you, Solomon Jagoon? Talk about pirate myths.
Pirate myths, alright. So, you guys are familiar with Arg, aye, Captain, stuff like
I
that.
can hear you.
Yeah, stuff like that. Pirates of the Caribbean, all that
Dead
stuff.
man's chest.
15 men on dead man's chest. None of that really existed, you see. Let me tell you the truth. First of all, pirates never said arg or anything like that. They never said shiver me timbers. They never said shiver me timbers. All that stuff came from the book Treasure Island. You see, most pirates, even if they came from different countries, they eventually learned the slang of an English person. So, you know how English person talks? You see, they'll talk like that, okay?
Some Russians talk like that too.
Yeah, so pirates didn't really say arg all the time. Another secret is, most people think that pirates wore eye patches because they lost their eye or something. Nope.
In a war or something.
Nope. Never. No, that was never the reason.
That was never.
You see, the reason was because when you raid a ship, all their stuff is most probably, unless you're dumb, inside of the ship. So inside the ship, it's most probably dark. So what the pirates did, it was actually pretty smart. They covered one eye with the eye patch so that the eye would get used to the dark. You see, you'd either leave your eye opened or you could leave it closed. Either way, that eye that's covered would get used to the dark. And then you'd cover the other side. Or let's say I can see well in my left eye but not so well in my right eye. Most pirates would most probably cover the left eye so that they can see far away, a further distance in the ship than in their right eye. So that was the reason why they actually wore eye patches. It was only before and after they raided the ship.
I guess I'm not asking. Like to get them like
So another thing is, pirates, sailors most especially, they didn't join the crew by their own will. You see, most sailors, to be exact, worked for England, and they worked in really bad conditions, so they didn't really care so much about their jobs. So let's just say the pirates kidnapped the sailors. Okay, they kidnapped the sailors. And eventually they actually got used to it because it was way better than the old conditions that they were working in. Pirates did not bury their treasure. At least they did not need a map to get back to it. You see, people like Sir Francis Drake, they let's say they stole from a bank or something like that, like stole some gold, some money, they wouldn't put that all in the chest and then bury it, and someone would find it years later. No, they'll bury it, and then eventually the people that are chasing you, bobbies, they would eventually find the treasure about the top 2 days, or in a few hours. You see, they would find your treasure, and that was it for you. Or eventually you came back to it. So the place that you buried it was probably a memorable place, because you didn't need a map to come back to it. You could just easily come back to it. Pirates did not only steal gold. No, they did not just work to get some of that booty. When they raided ships, they mostly found candles, tools, some of the things that Caleb mentioned.
Rum and alcohol.
Most of the things that they needed to survive. You see, gold and silver, that was a nice thing to steal, but you see, they didn't necessarily have to steal it, because it would be better to live than to steal and not be able to use the things that you stole. Oh, that's all I have to say about pirate myths. Oh, by the way, no, pirates do not walk the plank. No.
That cracks me up.
Alright.
What do we learn from this project?
I learned that pirates aren't actually really that stupid. They're actually pretty smart. You see, because most pirates, they chose to steal food and things that they actually needed instead of stealing gold and silver. So, considering that you most probably didn't find gold and silver, instead of just raiding a ship and then leaving with all that stuff that you needed to survive, they actually took what they took, like the food, the rum, the alcohol, and all that stuff, for their own needs, instead of just taking the gold that they really found. What did you learn, Caleb?
I learned that pirates are really tough. I mean, if they wanted to raid a ship, they would take all of their men out, and they would take all the supplies that I was talking to you about, like rum and alcohol, lead, cloth, clothing, guns, cotton, gunpowder, tools, maybe a lot of stuff. Name all the stuff well, not name all of them, like jewelry. Yeah, they did find gold and silver, but yeah, they're really successful.
Alright. Bye.
This is Disney 365. See ya.
See ya!